Ladies and gentlemen, we got the worst Gooner death ever, part two. If you thought part one was crazy, look at all the stuff we about to witness right here. So if y'all are new to the channel, subscribe right now. Let's check this out.
The Valentine Incident. On February 14th, 2014, on Valentine's Day, a man in Bloemfontein, South Africa, was reportedly alone inside his apartment for most of the day. According to local accounts that later spread widely online, he had taken the day off and remained indoors without contact with friends or family. Throughout the afternoon and into the evening, he repeatedly engaged in gooning while isolated in his residence. By nightfall, he had allegedly masturbated 62 times over the course of the day.
Oh, how many? How many times you beat your shit?
In his residence. By nightfall, he had allegedly masturbated 62 times over the course
62, 62 times, yo. Yo,
of the day. Neighbors later stated they had not seen him leave the apartment, and phone calls to his number went unanswered. Concern grew when relatives were unable to reach him later that evening. After attempts to make contact failed, he was discovered unresponsive inside the apartment. Emergency medical services were called to the scene, but he showed no signs of recovery and was pronounced dead. Preliminary reports attributed the death to cardiac arrest following extreme physical exertion. Medical professionals noted that intense and repeated sexual activity can significantly elevate heart rate and blood pressure, particularly in individuals with undiagnosed cardiovascular conditions. The carrot incident. On an ordinary evening, a 40-year-old woman entered her bedroom, closing the door behind her. She moved with quiet focus, retrieving a big carrot from the kitchen. She lay back on the bed and started using the carrot to goon. After a few minutes, an unexpected event occurred. A fatal air embolism formed in her. She gasped, a shudder ran through her body, and then all motion ceased. Alone and vulnerable, she collapsed onto the bed, unconscious. Hours later, family members noticed her absence from normal household activity. Concerned, they entered the bedroom to check on her and found her completely unresponsive. Paramedics were called immediately, but there was nothing they could do. She was pronounced dead on the scene. The investigation revealed that the cause of death was a rare, tragic air embolism, triggered by the insertion of the carrot during her self-stimulation.
ooh, ew, bro, the carrot got stuck inside her. Oh, ew, ew. The carrot got stuck inside her, yo.
No foul play was involved. The incident became noted as an extremely unusual but documented medical case. The Christmas tree incident. On December 18th, 2009, a 42-year-old man was alone inside his apartment in a small city in Germany. He had recently decorated his living room for the holidays, installing a string of electric Christmas tree lights connected to a standard wall outlet. Neighbors later reported that they saw his apartment illuminated late into the evening. According to the subsequent investigation, the man began engaging in gooning while alone. At some point, he clamped a string of plugged-in Christmas lights to his nipples. During the course of the activity, electrical current passed through his body. Within seconds, the electrical shock disrupted the normal rhythm of his heart. There were signs of sudden collapse near the seating area of the living room, but no emergency call was placed. The following morning, after he failed to report to work and did not respond to calls, a concerned relative contacted authorities. Police entered the apartment and found him unresponsive. Emergency services confirmed his death at the scene. A post-mortem examination determined the cause of death to be cardiac arrhythmia due to electrocution. The toy incident. On November 2025, a 22-year-old woman in Roysambu, Kenya, retired to her bedroom, closing the door behind her. She retrieved a vibrating toy device and began using it, fully absorbed in the sensations, unaware of the danger that would soon unfold. Moments later, a sudden loud pop rang out from the device like an electrical surge from a malfunctioning mechanism. The sound startled her briefly, but she refused to let the toy go. Few seconds later, the electrical current coursed through her body, leaving her tense, then motionless. Neighbors, hearing the strange, loud noise, knocked on the door. When there was no response, they alerted emergency services. Paramedics arrived and found her unresponsive with the device still in place. Despite their efforts, she was pronounced dead at the scene from electrocution, and the investigation concluded that the death was caused by a malfunctioning electrical sex toy. The 72 Acts. On April 12, 2006, a 17-year-old male student from a small town in Uttar Pradesh, India, was found deceased in his family's modest home. He had reportedly told a close friend the previous day of his intention to engage in gooning 74 times consecutively, a goal he framed as a test of physical endurance and self-discipline. On the morning of the incident, his parents left for work at a local textile mill, leaving him home alone to study for his upcoming exams. He retreated to his small room, closing the wooden door behind him. Hours passed. He continued his gooning, pushing past normal
So you decide to goon instead of study for your exam?
physical limits. By the time his mother returned home in the early evening, the house was silent. She found his door still closed, and after receiving no response, she forced it open. He was lying on his cot, unresponsive and visibly distressed in his final moments. A neighbor with a motorcycle rushed him to the nearest clinic, but the doctor could only pronounce him dead on arrival. Local authorities were notified, and an initial police report documented the circumstances based on the friend's testimony and the family's account. The death was attributed to cardiac arrest, brought on by extreme physical exertion and dehydration. The Reverend Who Gooned. On June 24, 2007, a 51-year-old Baptist minister named Reverend Gary Aldridge, known for his energetic leadership and his role in growing Thorrington Road Baptist Church from a small congregation to over 300 members, suddenly failed to attend normal morning services. When the popular religious leader did not appear in the pulpit, concern grew quickly among the congregation. A church member and a Montgomery police officer went to his residence in East Montgomery to check on his welfare. Around 10 a.m., they entered the home and discovered Reverend Aldridge unresponsive with dildo in his anus covered with a condom. Paramedics
Hell no. Say what?
discovered Reverend Aldridge unresponsive with dildo in his anus covered with a condom. Paramedics were called, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. During the subsequent medical examination, authorities determined the cause of death was accidental mechanical asphyxia. The autopsy revealed that the minister had died alone while pleasuring himself. Reports from the Montgomery Advertiser and later the Smoking Gun noted he was found in an elaborate state of bondage, wearing multiple layers of specialized gear including 2 wetsuits, a face mask, diving gloves, slippers, rubberized underwear, 2 ties, 5 belts, and 11 straps. The head incident. On February 16, 1899, a 58-year-old French statesman named Félix Faure
Y'all was gooning back then too?
February 16th, 1899.
1899, bro. Y'all was gooning back in the 1800s. Dang.
A 58-year-old French statesman named Félix Faure concluded his afternoon duties as the president of France. After a series of tense political meetings, he retired to a private drawing room, expecting a brief reprieve from the pressures of office. Late that afternoon, he had requested the company of a frequent visitor to the palace, a 30-year-old Parisian socialite named Marguerite Steinheil. Servants and palace aides remained nearby, accustomed to the president's routine of private consultations. Shortly after they were alone, frantics start giving the president some head. After a few minutes, the quiet of the drawing room was suddenly broken by frantic cries for help. When staff rushed into the room, they found the president collapsed on a sofa, struggling for breath and slipping into unconsciousness. Despite the efforts of his doctors, President Faure showed no further signs of recovery. He was pronounced dead at the palace just a few hours later. During the medical examination, authorities determined that the cause of death was a massive cerebral hemorrhage or stroke. The chicken coop incident. On June 27, 2013, a 53-year-old man surnamed Liu concluded his evening in a quiet village in eastern China. Liu was regarded by his neighbors as a reserved and private individual who lived a solitary existence in a modest home. On one morning, neighbors noticed a lack of activity at his residence. By the afternoon, when Liu had still not appeared to tend to his property, a group of villagers became concerned and decided to check on him. They found his front door unlocked and entered the home, which was quiet and appeared to be in order. However, upon entering his bedroom, they found his computer still running, with the screen displaying explicit adult content that had been playing for hours. The search led them to the backyard, where they made a grim discovery. Liu was found unresponsive and completely naked inside a small chicken coop situated just outside his bedroom window. Local authorities were immediately summoned to the scene. During the medical examination, forensic experts reconstructed the final moments of Liu's life. They determined that he was so excited by the porno that for some reason, he went out to the chicken coop to goon. The combination of his significantly elevated heart rate and the sharp drop in temperature outside created a severe physical strain. The official report concluded that the death was a result result of natural causes brought on by acute physical overexertion in a cold environment. The beach incident. On July 1st, 2021, a 34-year-old woman named Christina Revels Glick was arrested on a Tybee Island beach in Georgia after onlookers reported her engaging in gooning with a sex toy. She appeared visibly distressed as officers confronted her. After initially denying the act, she admitted she had used the device for roughly 20 seconds because she was feeling stressed, expressing deep remorse to the officers as they escorted her away. In the months following the incident, after the body cam video went viral, Revels reportedly struggled with a downward spiral involving drugs and alcohol. The following spring, after she failed to make a rent payment, her landlady grew concerned and went to check on her well-being. Upon entering the residence, the landlady discovered Revels unresponsive in her home. Authorities were immediately contacted to perform a check of the scene. Investigators found no evidence of a struggle or foul play. During the medical examination, the coroner determined that the cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head, occurring on March 31st, 2022, approximately 8 months after her arrest. If you like this video and want to suggest an idea for the next one, drop a comment below.
Yo,
The live Gooner.
that's it for this video, man. Y'all let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel about this, and also comment down below what y'all think I should react to next. If y'all are new to the channel, subscribe right now. I love y'all. Stay blessed, and we out of here. See y'all in the next one.